Okay, guys, so welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Way the Hunter. And the last video that we did kind of a little tip video of how to track the animals, how to track the blood a little bit better. And I hope you guys found that useful. And, I thought maybe we'll go forward and maybe we'll do a little bit more in the way of tips and hints and kind of tricks video with the game. So what I decided to do today is give you guys the heads up on the most helpful thing that I can possibly think to tell you about in this game. And before I do that, guys, I really need to just ask everybody that's watching this a quick question. When you get a new game, do you just play the game and skip over all of the pop-ups, all of the cutscenes, and all of that? Or what? Because honestly, there's a lot of things I've been seeing, especially on like the Facebook groups and stuff, of people asking questions about things that are literally answered in probably the first 20 minutes of gameplay. And not just that, guys. Let me ask this. I know you check your map, right? But did you ever scroll across? Because we have this encyclopedia here, and guys, my goodness, this encyclopedia literally tells you everything you need to know about the game. I mean, it tells you about attachments, optics, sway, recoil, binoculars, calibers, calling and call levels. I mean, this one right here, like, it tells you how to do it. It says you may also lure animals closer to your location if done correctly by a caller corresponding to the animal you want to call. For example, to call a deer, you would use a doe caller to make them think that there is a female nearby, but predators react to the sound of their prey, to the sounds of a vulnerable animal. Once you buy and equip a caller, the important thing is to call correctly. Doing otherwise is risky and the animal might recognize you and run away. Each caller has a time period in between calls during which you should not call again, because the animal will recognize that there is something wrong. The first call is usually perfect and will lure the animal closer. To make the animal come even closer, you have to use it again at the correct time. The correct time is when the caller indicator moves to the middle of the calling time period. So I've seen a lot of people asking about that, and it's literally right here in the encyclopedia. I would suggest everybody that plays this game to check out this encyclopedia and just check it out. I mean, vehicle handling, vehicle health and storage, vehicle recalls, zeroing, aiming, holding your breath. It literally tells you everything. I mean, this is all the game mechanics. You know, this is animals, alarmed animals. You spook the animals. You're either too loud or they manage to see you. Be careful next time when you approach them. Once animals are spooked, they will run away from the need zones to calm down. After some time, they will return to their life cycle. If you want to see them again at the same zone, you can sleep to fast forward time and then visit the zone at the time the animals are supposed to be there. This does not apply if the zone is pressured. Read more in the Animal Life Cycle Encyclopedia entry, Animal Senses entry, and the Animal Static Signs, Need Zones, and Hunting Pressure entry. So guys, this is very interesting. With the animals, when the animals are alarmed, that doesn't mean they're spooked. What I've noticed is that once they get alarmed, if you either stop moving, or better yet, I like to go prone, and just give them a little bit of time, they will change from alert back to calm. I've seen it happen with wolves. I've seen it happen with red deer. I've seen it happen with the mule deer as well. So let's hear. What did they say? Animal life cycle. Animal pass and life cycle. Okay, so life cycle, big game. Big game travels between eating zones, drinking zones, and resting zones. They never travel between two zones of the same type. Example from drinking to drinking. All the paths between the zones are visible, and you should be able to track them. Okay, so check this out, guys. This is what I'm guessing this means. Say you come upon a herd of mule deer, and they're drinking. And you spook them. They're not going to go to another drinking zone. For all intents and purposes, you have just disrupted their day, right? You've disrupted their zone. So what they're going to do is they're going to move from the eating zone or the drinking zone to the next zone. Now it doesn't say they'll go to the next zone in the cycle though, does it? So I'm assuming if they're drinking, they would go from drinking to sleeping, is it? Let me see here. So let's go down, for example, the mule deer. Okay, they feed at 5 a.m., 9 a.m., they drink. So if you spook them out of their drink zone, I'm assuming they would either sleep or feed. Again, like I said, that's not too clear, but those are the things that we're going to have to figure out. And, you know, that's like just, that's the fun of a new game, man. It's the testing, it's the figuring things out. How do things work? You know what I mean? So, literally, just in this little bit, I have learned so much already about the game. And I haven't even scratched the surface. It does give you something about approaching game, but this is pretty vague. This is pretty vague. Blood trails. Doesn't really tell you much about that either. Dynamic signs, energy, shotgun, pattern integrity, ethical hunt, firearm utility, fitness and gene pool. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here that it tells you what to do. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure even... Is it this one here? Aiming. Hold breath. No. Is there something else about... Reload. Press square. Refilling. If you run out of ammunition, all you need to do is visit storage, either in lodge or in the vehicle. Once the storage has been accessed, your ammunition will be refilled. Ammo pool. You're carrying all the ammunition with your firearm at all times. No ammunition management is necessary. Firearms and binoculars only work outside the lodge or cabins. Moreover, you can only select items previously equipped from the storage. Most actions with the gear of firearms in your hands are carried out by combination of L2 and R2. Keep experimenting. Okay, so before we leave, guys, there's one more thing I wanted to show you. And obviously I see a lot of people kind of not liking about the game, which I understand. But so, if we take out our gun, right? And you know what? Just so we don't, like, spook animals, let's head over to the bear den range real quick. So I can show you guys this. Now, this is something that, you know, I think everybody should know. So as of right now, right? Let's zero in for 50. You hold your breath. You take your aim. And you take a shot, and then you get that kind of black where you see the side of the scope. So I see a lot of people, you know, complaining about that because it's hard to track your deer, right? Well, so check this out, guys. I'm going to give you a tip about this. If you take a shot, when you press and hold the trigger button, don't let it go. Keep it pressed down. So watch. See what happens? He doesn't rechamber it until you let go of the button, so then you can keep the scope pretty stable and you don't get that. Now watch when I let it go. See, now he chambers it, and that's what's happening. So again, when I don't press and hold it, you get that. And when I do press and hold it, see that? You don't get that awkwardness. And now you can follow your animal, and you can tap your L1 or whatever button it is on your controller, and you can mark where it is. Alright guys, so I hope you found this video useful. Again, like I say, the encyclopedia is going to be your best friend. There's a lot of information in there. I know we live in an age where people don't necessarily like to read things, but I mean, at the same time, there's so much information available to you in there. And I mean, the elevators? Oh my goodness. Words are so hard for me sometimes. The developers obviously put that in the game to tell you guys how to play the game and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, I absolutely love the fact that you guys depend on us content creators to show you guys this stuff. But yeah, there's so much about this game. You know, even us content creators, I feel, are kind of overwhelmed with it. And there's so much to learn, so much to find out. It's going to take a long time, guys. But anyways, I hope you're all having a fantastic time. I hope you're enjoying the game as much as I am, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. We'll see you next time. And as always, happy hunting, guys.